you are buying 80 liters. Whatever you pay 8 cedis in addition.
In addition, yes.
Something like that. So
yes.
I don't know how he got
exactly
the 83, but it is in line of 1,000 cedis
so like
may cost you like
if you buy 10 liters,
yes,
you are likely to pay what?
10 cedis.
10 cedis. Okay.
Like something like that. So and then he is comparing it to Levy. So he went on to say with the Levy, if you send 1,000 cedis to someone, you will pay only 10 cedis. But under the NDC and the Hadumso levy, for 1,000 cedis worth of fuel, you will pay 83 cedis. And this almost just says kana. Almost the Bekwa could cheer independent producers and now energy nisikan.
Okay.
No mudis or muchas says can free wa. Dumso no say crana. So betia my end yet to say the huni.
Okay.
And you know, motive white training and say almost jichi. The ababa ye energy sector ni ye said the be ya ye nya dum so enti na dum so living na eda so enti no o mu gigi sika e be ma dum so ate ana say dum so be kokra na o mu eye no so okay sa tax we kwan on be fa so on be ye ni say o mu de be kwa akoshe fuel na ye ton say auto 1 liter bia on be jo 1 cedi every so enti no e ho no mo de kwa akoshe.
That is the difference, the clear number one difference between MPP and DC.
Okay.
Lies, nepotism, and arrogance. They will never accept defeat.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
And politics is one of the newest segments here on Sammy Flex TV. Na ahano enema ekoso beyond showbiz. De ekoso wo omani mu de ekawo de ekame MPP, NDC, PPP, CPP ni nyina ekambom na dey about pop and politics. And on Sammy Flex TV, this is the new fire. My name is Sammy Flex. In the studio, the usual suspects on PMP, they are here. Intimdo Solomon Chemo is in the middle from Intido Digital Solutions. And of course, Honorable Baleto is also here. A member of TAIN, executive member for that matter, and a student of University of Ghana, Legon. Now, Honorable Kumade went to Myanmar, and Yabekoso na Yafaya sa. The enemy say Ghana no eba no aban na omuruli krona obi ani wa ofa na easy because the movement we are here no ye calculate ye make sure say move bia ye hwe papa ewom boni ewom o nkrofo no e project papa no na opposition so e project boni no today be a push and pull. And there is my friend Levy. Aye den. Ade na mafo bibu afu. Ade na bi so ani age. Ye ba be di unkomo. Any pa na want to say you want to understand it. My people here will help us to understand it. Na ye nyane huhu kekra ba bi say Honorable Brian Champon. O say nyame ya adoma 2028 NPP for elections. I no person ye flag bearer there. I'm back and say only 2 franca Emma NPP no New Patriotic Party. Maybe mu say oh enyampa afede ye hu video bi a papa na kasa atu nanum tu a kire say oh enyampa de opeso ye no enuni we enkoma ababontin a me pese on PNP ye di nkomo but first ye ni Levy ni nkomo me fa on kwatire bebre and chair some about 7 or 8 months ago, a brand MPP, a coup for the now by also. And I know DBB at 3 years, so I friend Levy. Levy, no, a month for because bibi abefa bia Levy show amwe ne no show oyiska na Levy agene de oyiska na Levy agene de ena pipi forecast o ende e ba Levy no ye betwam ampa omba Mahama the first 150 days in 150 days in the office, right?
Yeah.
And our cast ampa 11 were year free. If you are near Koswa, afe NDC Mahama administration is almost the D Levy ba. Na D Levy near thing. Mame ko chemo na chemo. Send your tears, no my and tears sana fe to. Chemo D Levy no mo say thing.
Okay. So majority in parliament now, NDC government. And now atanase adwene ho say based on the way energy say mo kono so mo ba fufuru kra say dum so na ba ase ma bi na de na omo hwehwe mo ye investigation omo say Ghana ye de ka ye de ka kakraka bi de ho independent energy producers nkofo bi a ye no omo aye agreement a omo produce electricity mai and I say energy for us to get electricity ye do omo ka bebre a ye ntia na edru ba bia e ha adwen e ma dum so nitimi ba because omo ye do omo ka nitimi be ka say omo ntimi maintain omo facility na na say enema nom de adwuma no enti ne dizo omo nya ska kakra na Ghana ko pesca oba bi dia ba enti because of that you need current electricity for now and I say in energy sector no enema bi nkoye as a wo ma dum so ba as a ma na ye dum light na ade according to them it's about the money e kana da honeso enti no omo introduce bibia say it said the work and your friend D Levy and I said Dumso Levy yes enti no say sika na omo ba bejeje e wo Dumso Levy ne ho no omo de be kwa akotua omo say omo estimate a omo betimi anya be over 5 billion Ghana cedi
from the D Levy
no enti so omo je say sika na omo de be kwa akotua independent producers na omo emeyenya energy ni sika no no mu dirize omu chia say sika ne free ho a dum so no say enkokra na so betia ma enye te say de huni enti no motive wa chire nyina ne say omu gichi e de ababa ye energy sector ne ye say de be ya ye nya dum so enti na dum so Levy ne da so enti no omu gichi sika e be ma dum so ate ana say dum so be kokra na omu eye no say okay sa tax we kwan on be fa so on be ye ne say omo de be kwa akose fuel na ye ton say auto 1 liter bia on be jo 1 cedi every so enti no e ho no omo de kwa akose e no
1 liter bia no
obetua 1 cedi enti no auto more liters are based on dodo auto no na ya tete 1 cedi sa every so ena omo de call parliament na amanfo bobo ho na akwakoye political ena ebinum so bia omo ntia say yinti omo so wo side o makogina based on the politicians omo no trust omo ka kire omo and they say ukohwe a MPP side no emo say we de Mahama bedada omo wow so uba be Levy free ho uyi na say uvi ya na ukodi and the reason why Levy free because a man for chire oma e do go fa D Levy ba o de ababa be show ndi aho chire na na ekoso in fact baomia say o calculations o dey you o say we say no aho chire na e dey banana say bedding na D Levy dey ban e 8 times higher than the Levy sanaba
8 times
higher than the Levy na amanfo su hu no enti ene a we dey na tesa ahokyere kese pa ena Mahama ne nkrofo pese omo de to omo yi so ena ye won nkofo bi nso so a omo NDC omo chechum say munya abotre enye sa na tie en omo gidi say omanfo kra beji atum because dum obi anum ade adum so eye okrom ha say de ha nyuma ne adade enti no we say no enka obi asa ate said the MPP for person me no no and omo reason they say na no petrol fuel prices no above from even amonone anaze even in the foreigner apart from and apart from that apart from sidi ni so ho odin ama say kwa dollar so aba from and omo nyini say ebeka omanfo sa wa nhwe kwa ye nhu say omo de bibi sa kwa to so because na me ekofom and omo gidi say omanfo beti ase we na akwa ye debate kese NPP for ye omo calculation ekire bed na de beba na NDC for nso calculation ekire eso atia amanfo ho beto omo then say de be ya amadum so akọ is the same so far no debate a ekoso no no na nema abeto kwan mu no
enti abusafo sauti ye abafo kan Levy a eno na chemo a breaking it down na mind see na kwakọ ese ebra na MPP wo ho no na NDC for omutan Levy ba na MPP for Levy de eboaye eno na de ye o man eto de ye o man yi etumunti ato de fanya o man yi kwa me flippy ya NDC for be sit down am say ene yi Levy afiro yi firo a de Levy ba dum so de obi ampe anything to make sure our parents are on me so to be abegedi but mama na ya mo se mo yi how fresh na feel the from ba na another format there then you also have a man for no watch because the interesting thing is that petrol they be affecting petrol it affecting everything because you see I be an price yati so ya obi energy okay Levy ni be kan me say driver for me say yes
environment no driver for bi aka in fact omama try to say omunya de Levy ni adwuma pe bam omunzo betoto omu fam na emum drivers for na omu kasa sisi ano dodo na eka from Kumasi information am dia de be de and there fire
well marenko honorable ballot na honorable ballot de fa na NDC ne ma de otiase ye pa onimde papa ne de papa na ballot na Levy musi aiden
okay so boss da say na beda ya tifo nyina so ase na ya sababium ye ba bibi sabi Ghana for any na manhu there equals woman the actual because the MPP are always they are consistent and they are committed to throwing dust into the atmosphere to blind people from the truth and the reset agenda that is happening and transforming the country as we are speaking now.
Okay.
Levy as it is popularly known, that's the Dumso Levy, but the original name is the public energy sector Levy. Yes. So this first of all, we will plead with Ghanaians to bear with us. This is not another load or burden to cripple them or to limit their financial strength or something.
Okay.
This is
or to put hardship on them.
Yes.
This is not to put hardship on them.
Not at all.
Okay.
This is another action, bold action taken by the government to make sure that we strengthen the energy sector so that our power supply will become more stable.
Okay. We
left a very vibrant and efficient energy sector for the MPP in 2016 when we were leaving office.
Okay.
They came and Ecuador even passed a comment when he was launching some of the energy power plants and he passed a comment such as Mama is wasting the national resources by importing too much plants the country needed. He said Mama imported power surplus.
Okay.
That was his comment.
Okay.
So power surplus meant that we had enough power to distribute to the nation and even surplus wants to distribute to the neighboring countries which we were supplying to for us to run our power industries and our companies and all that. But we just fast forward after he took office and he started the administration, we saw that Dumso bounced back strongly under Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
Someone that stood and said Mama provided surplus power. We don't know where.
But MPP never said there was Dumso. They said it wasn't Dumso. There wasn't any load shedding. And
there was Dumso. I never traveled for the 8 years the NPP has been in government. I've always been in Ghana.
But what I mean is that
for them, what they
officially, as NDC or during the term of Mahama declared that there is doom so, or better still, there is load shedding.
Yeah.
They said there was nothing like load
exactly
shedding.
my point. That is the difference, the clear number one difference between NPP and NDC.
Okay.
Lies, nepotism, and arrogance. They will never accept defeat.
Okay.
You see, we are human beings.
Okay.
The government is supposed to implement policies and control the affairs of the state. But we understand that he's also a human being. He works with human beings. They can go wrong. Things can go wrong.
Okay.
So MPP we were not expecting them to be perfect. We were expecting loopholes. But when you have pitfalls, we should be honest enough to come and tell the Ghanaians that this is what is happening. We are sorry. And we are going to make sure that we work earnestly on it to rectify the issue. MPP never use that approach. Okay. They will always defend or they will always deny that things are going wrong. Mahama or the NDC will tell you that yes, there is doom, so we are working to solve the issue. Okay. And indeed, Mahama worked to end Dumso in 2016 before he left office.
I see.
That's the difference between MPP and NDC.
I see.
So the energy sector levy is just implemented because when we don't do that, we are yet or will be prone to experiencing another, let me say, serious wave of Dumso in this country. Because as we are all quite aware currently, the past administration of the energy sector, the energy ministry, they left a whopping debt of about $3.4 billion. Billion dollars, not cedis. $3.4 billion over that. And you see, these IPPs, these independent power suppliers or power producers, when you are owing them that much, the confidence for them to still invest in your energy sector is too low.
Okay. You
are depleting their confidence in your the deal or the kind of investment you are running. The contract they sign with you.
Okay.
You understand? So they are now hesitant into supporting the energy sector
in
to be vibrant. So although a lot of negotiations has went on between this current energy ministry and the IPPs, still is the kind of confidence they used to have is staggering. They don't have that kind of that level of confidence again to invest or to support. So what the government, the current energy ministry is doing is that they want to bring back the investor confidence.
Okay.
So that the IPPs can now agree with them and then support them to supply to help them supply energy efficiently. So what they are doing is that they want to cut the debt. You understand? So the energy sector levy is, according to the Deputy Energy Minister John Abu Jinapo, he said the energy sector levy is the less of two evils.
Okay.
What are the two evils? The number one is the energy sector levy. Number two is the alternative, which is touching the national budget, allocating 10 billion cedis out of the national budget that we are supposed to use to do infrastructure projects, to run initiatives, to strengthen the economy and all that. We are supposed to cut 10 billion cedis out of it
to go and do
pay
the
for IPPs
energy,
to strengthen the energy sector, and that will affect
other areas.
Yes, other areas
when it comes to development,
such as the get fund will be affected, and other hallmark initiatives or projects will be greatly affected.
Okay,
and that's the case. We don't want.
So because we don't want to touch it, let's put some one Ghana to those who are purchasing
fuel prices, so that consumers will pay this 1 cedi. 1 cedi
per liter.
Per liter, 1 cedi per liter. You understand? 1 cedi per liter is not, if you calculate, it won't be even be up to 1%. I say 1%, 0.1% of
the fuel price.
The e-levy Bamia is talking about that. The energy sector levy is 8 times higher than the e-levy. I don't know, as an economist, I don't know the school he attended that taught him how to calculate for this kind of percentages.
Because he has broken down how he's calculating it. So I think you have to be careful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I don't know the kind of school or lecture that taught him how to do that calculation.
Chemo, do you have the calculation to
Yeah,
share?
yeah, of course.
Okay, yenti Chemo calculation na.
Okay,
so Dr. Baumia,
so according to Dr. Baumia, this is how he did it. So I'm reading the way that they reported it. Reacting to the new levy during the NPP thank you tour of the central region, Dr. Baumia slammed the government for imposing a fuel tax burden on Ghanaians, which he noted is 8 times higher than the e-levy they criticized the previous government about.
Okay.
The NDC has told a lot of lies. Everyone see their lies every day. Last night, I hope you all saw it. They have introduced a Dumso levy, Dr. Baumia said. He added, they said that they will scrap the e-levy our government introduced, and they have done that. However, after doing that, they have clearly deceived Ghanaians introducing the Dumso levy, which is 8 times higher than the e-levy. Dr. Baumia further gave a breakdown of why the e-levy is 8 times higher than the e-levy. Okay, so here is the breakdown. He said, with the Dumso levy, they are charging Ghanaians 1 cedi on every liter of fuel, what this means is that if you buy 1,000 cedis worth of fuel, you will pay 83 cedis as tax. 1,000 cedis as fuel. So now 1 liter is how much? Based
about
on
12 for super. I think super is
12 or something like that. So 1,000 cedis, it will be about 80 something liters, 83 liters, and 1 cedi each will cost you 83 cedis because 1 cedi per liter. That is it. So
no, is it how cedis will be 83 now?
Yes, that's how he did the calculation.
That's how he did
it. Yeah, but I think it is based on, even if we are doing our own, let's say you are buying 80 liters. Whatever you pay 8 cedis in addition.
Yes.
Something like that. So I don't know how he got the 83, but it is in line of 1,000 cedis. So like may cost you
if you buy 10 liters,
yes,
you are likely to pay what?
10 cedis.
10 cedis.
Like something like that. So, and then he is comparing it to e-levy. So he went on to say, with the e-levy, if you send 1,000 cedis to someone, you will pay only 10 cedis. But under the NDC and the Dumso levy, for 1,000 cedis worth of fuel, you will pay 83 cedis. So this is how he did his calculation. Yes, and it will make sense when you are talking in volumes, like the way that he is doing it. But if you bring it down to in percentage sense, 1 by 1, like 1 liter is will cost you about 12 cedis. If you calculate 1%, if you calculate 1 cedi of if you calculate in percentage terms, when you are doing it in e-levy terms, it's supposed to be more than 1 cedi.
Yes.
So for NDC, that's how they
e-levy was 10%, right?
E-levy was 1%.
Oh, it was 1%.
So let me do this quick calculation. So if it is 12, 1% of 12, okay, it will not be up to 1 cedi.
1 cedi, okay.
Yeah, it will not be up to 1 cedi. It will be about 12 pesos. 1% of.
So Baumia's calculation is making the D-levy more traumatic
exactly.
to the people.
Yes.
Than E-levy.
Yes.
I see.
So for the Dumso levy, you are paying 1 cedi per gallon per liter of fuel. But for e-levy, it was 1% of amount that you are sending, and it will be and they have a cap of when it is more than 1,000 cedi, you still pay 1% of 1,000. So Baumia's calculation will make sense because it will favor the narrative that he wants to push. Whether we should go with it or not, I will leave that one to Ghanaians to judge. Yeah.
Okay, Valeto, back to you.
So
say it finally. Let's
as
go.
I was saying, this is a pure miscalculation and a deliberate attempt to mislead the logical like sense or the ordinary citizen. You understand? But Mia said E-levy is better than D-levy.
Okay.
Energy sector levy, as he did. I don't know the kind of calculations he did. I still don't understand the basis of the calculation. If you are buying 1 liter of fuel and you are paying 1 cedi, how much? Let's ask ourselves, how much did fuel cost before we took office in January? Fuel price was around a liter was around 17 cedis to 16 point something cedis.
Okay.
And fast forward before May, we were able to cut fuel price to 12.9 to 13 cedis. And so adding that 1 cedi to the 12 cedis or the 13 cedis, when you calculate, won't even be up to 4 cedis increase.
So
What it means is that
how the NDC are also
what it
doing
means
the
is that we've still left the gap for the consumer to benefit from the increment we've given now. The one cedi increment, we've still left more than 4 cedis gap for the consumer to benefit. And so his calculation is even now, if you want to create that scenario over here, it means that we are not charging the consumer at all.
Okay.
Because when we took office from his maladministration or his maladministrative government, the fuel prices was way higher. And we were able to stabilize the economy and to stabilize the local currency for fuel prices to be cut down.
Okay.
And so the consumer's burden was cut off.
Okay.
And now we said that's not all. We want you to have better services. And now the energy sector, the same energy sector we are enjoying because the fuel prices has come down, is under threat. And so we want to take additional 1 cedi of what we've given to you to stabilize the sector so that moving forward, when things are stabilizing, we can further cut it down to suit the trend. That's exactly what you are doing. Because energy sector poses the greatest threat to the economic and the fiscal environment of the administration of this current government.
Okay.
$3.4 billion is not a small amount of money. If we want to pay this money out of government coffers, which wouldn't bring a direct inflow, you understand? Because if you are taking let's say you are even taking $1 billion from the national budget to fund the energy sector, it won't be a recurrent expenditure. You are just throwing the money into something like a capital. You are building a capital
elsewhere,
like let me say a machinery for the energy sector. So it won't bring any inflow, any returns, any immediate returns to the economy. You understand? And that will be a further loss. That is the scenario we want to cut.
I see.
Economic wise, if you
want the people to stop crying to pay the D-levy,
they should bear with government. Government is rather doing them the good. You understand? It's like you've got a fresh wound and you are pouring let's say what do you call it, spirit on it. It will burn you. But once that sharp burn ceases, you see that the feelings that come after was a very nice feeling, and your wound will die. That's what you are doing now. You understand? So these miscalculations and all, we are not surprised. Baumia, that said, he's an economic messiah, took over the economy as the economic management team leader, and the cedi rose up to almost 17 cedis per dollar. And before then, he said he arrested the dollar and then put it behind bars and handed over the keys to IGP Dampare. But few months later, the dollar started surging upwards. And when they asked Baumia that the current economic situation is very poor, what does he think about it? The best answer he is able to give is laugh at the journalists that poses the question to him. So we see clearly that this is a clueless and a very, let me say, a very ineffective, or let me say, he has no knowledge at all about what real economics is.
Economics wizard.
No. You see, You can go
someone
to
who is an economic wizard. He said he doesn't know anything
economic
at all.
wizard, according to him. See, you can go to school and acquire all the knowledge, but when it comes to practicality, you need application. You need different things more than the books. You understand? I am a psychology student, right? I study psychology. Now they will bring an insane person or someone who is traumatized in a certain way for me to psych the person. I don't just need what I learned from the books.
Okay.
I need some other experiences, some other applications around the environment to catch some experiences and
Use
personal
that to solve
observations
whatever solution,
to solve the problem. That's why we call it a therapy. You understand? You are providing a therapy. You don't have to. What is this? No, it's not by definitions, and it's not by what, how you call it, like I don't know. It's not. You don't have to go by dictates. You understand? Sometimes you have to go think outside the box and think about bold solutions that will limit.
But they have the bold solutions.
It is possible.
Bold solutions that led us to what we are experiencing now.
They have the bold solutions.
Bold solutions led us to what we are suffering now. You understand?
I see.
Energy sector levy is estimated to provide us with over 60% of what we will need to pay these IPPs by ending of this year, and they have estimated that amount to be around 5.7 billion cedis. You understand? This quite a substantial amount to cut off our burdens.
Okay. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is PMP, Pop and Politics. Now the big question is, which one are you comfortable with? Are you comfortable with D Levy, or you are comfortable with E Levy? Let us hear from you. Which one has been beneficial to the good people of Ghana? Meanwhile, I'm also hearing some who say, Nyame Adoma, toll and so best started, toll levy, and now toll booth, the scanner chair as on a cars are passing. I'm getting some who say it will come, and also they are saying it is coming just to support our road system, to make sure the road system is fine and good, and you comfortable road networks and they are operating on. Let's wait for that. See, they know who never yenya NBA, but D Levy near Bible. Yeah, we're saying.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Check it. Put sugar level for check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.